You guys need to stop faking it, man. You guys need to stop lying to yourselves. I'm sick and tired of coming on here and hearing you guys tell me that you want to be successful, but then when you get the opportunity to demonstrate that you're serious about becoming successful, you don't do it. Every day I do my stream, and every day, instead of people asking me questions about how to become better, how to grow their business, coming to me with business ideas, coming to me, asking me questions about their website or their vision or advice, they ask me about nonsense, slop, or they troll. You know how much money I would have paid when I was a little brokey, working at that call center, making $20,000 a year, to have somebody who's already achieved everything that I want to achieve. He already had the supercar. He already had the six-figure job. He already has hundreds of thousands of dollars in his bank account. He already has a family. He already has the courage of his conviction enough to come on here and make videos, to create content. And I watch him every single day, and I still have not caught on that this is my opportunity to grow. And I'm convinced that the reason they don't ask me the questions they need to ask in order to grow, in order to build a business, in order to get success, is because they don't want to do the work. They already know that I'm going to say that the key component to becoming successful is putting in the work, and they don't want to hear that. That's the truth. Most people lie to themselves their entire life. Yeah, I want to be successful. Yeah, I want to grow. I want to start a business. I want to have a supercar. I want to have a mansion. I want to have a six-figure job. I want to have a family. But they're not willing to actually do the work required to get there. They're not willing to do the work that you need to do in order to get to that level. I gave my people the example of me trying to get abs. I want to get abs, and I know for a fact that watching videos on YouTube about how to get abs, it's not going to give me the abs. I need to go do the work. I need to wake up in the morning. I need to go hit the gym. I need to push myself, and I need to control my diet. That's the only way I'm going to get my abs. The same thing applies to whatever you're trying to do in life. You got to put in the work. It doesn't matter if you know the steps. Knowing the steps is easy. Doing the steps is hard. Doing the steps requires discipline. Doing the steps requires having enough motivation and passion to keep you going. But like I said, most people lie to themselves. Yeah, I want to be successful. I want to start a business. And then you ask them, what kind of business do you want to start? And they can't tell you. And the reason they can't tell you is because they don't know what their passion is, because they are lost. They're chasing an idea. They're idolizing an image of something that they're not, something that they haven't earned. You can't just wake up one day with abs. You got to earn them. You're not going to wake up one day with a six-figure job. You got to earn it. You're not going to wake up one day with a business, with a family, with any of that stuff. That's not how the world works. If it were easy, if you were able to get a handout, then everybody would have it already. Everything in this life requires work, requires effort. There are no shortcuts, but one thing for sure is that there's people that have already achieved what you want to achieve. And when you have a person who's open to giving you the answers, open to giving you advice, it's in your best interest to, lock in and listen. I'll never understand why I'm able to attract people to my audience, and they see everything that has happened to me, man. Last year, a lot of things happened to me in my life. I crashed my McLaren. Totaled it. I got laid off from my job. No income coming in other than a few pennies every month from some of the side projects like my YouTube channel and my little merch company that barely gets anything at all. We got evacuated from our apartment. Had to go live in my girlfriend's parents' house for like 2 months. I lost everything that I had worked the last 5 years to achieve. All of this was happening in front of the cameras, right? I didn't come on here and lie to people and pretend like everything was fine. I came on here and I was completely honest. And I told my boys, yo, I crashed my car. In fact, I streamed me crashing the car that same day. When I got laid off, I came on here, I made a video about getting laid off, and I told my boys that. I told my boys everything. They saw me lose everything I had. And then they saw me grind for 6 months and get everything back. Literally get everything back. Get to the next level above where I was. More money. I don't have another McLaren, but I could get one if I wanted to. And they witnessed all of this happen. And instead of them coming to me and asking me for advice, saying, yo, Scott, I'm trying to start a business. Here's my idea. What do you think? Hey, Scott, I want to become a YouTuber. How do I do that? Instead of them doing that, they continue to ask me to react to slop content, to play video games, to review music albums, to talk about drama. And it opened my eyes. The scales literally fell from my eyes, and I realized that most people are lying to themselves. Most people don't want it that bad. There is a difference between the person who will really put themselves out there and really push to achieve a goal and the people who simply say they want to achieve a goal. And I'm starting to believe that those people can't be saved. I'm starting to believe that no matter how hard I try, no matter how much information I give freely, I'm not selling a course. I'm not charging for mentorship, because when they succeed, it makes me feel good. I have my own selfish reasons. I'm not going to say that I'm out here being a philanthropist, but at the same time, this is the easiest path for you to get what you need. There are plenty of other people who have achieved less than me and that will charge you an arm and a leg to give you that information. And I'm giving it to you freely. So that shows me that you really ain't that serious about getting those goals, because you got a layup. You got a layup. Do you know how hard it is to have access to a person who's done all the things that you aspire to do? There's things right now in my life, like I'm hoping to become a millionaire at some point. If I can lock in and get my shit together, I would really love to have somebody I could ask, yo, I'm doing this with my money. I invested in these stocks or in these ETFs. Which ones do you think are the good ones? Which ones would you recommend? I'm starting this business. I'm doing this. Yo, I'm starting my content creation journey. How do I, build my audience? I really wish there was somebody that I could talk to every single day for free who would give me that information. And yet you have that right now. You have a guy who live streams to like 10, 15 people, sometimes 20. He can answer any question that you have, and you refuse to ask the correct questions. You refuse to lock in. And who knows, maybe they're just afraid to fail. Maybe they're afraid to look stupid, ask the wrong question. But realistically, there is no wrong question. You're holding yourself back. Literally offering free mentorship. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe that's the reason why they don't want to do it. They said that if you give away a service, people will scoff at it. But if you put a price tag on it, then people will say, oh, it must be valuable because it cost $2,000 to talk to this guy. It cost $3,000 to talk to this guy. Maybe by me undervaluing my service of giving you the information freely is what's causing people not to ask me, because they're not taking it serious enough. I don't know. People love to get screwed over. They love it. It's a psychological shortcoming of the human species. If something doesn't have a high cost, they just assume it has no value. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know. All I know is that this has really caused me to look into myself and really question the people around me, really question my audience. I don't get why you wouldn't take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime. Literally the opportunity of a lifetime. It's the equivalent of a guy like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, even an Andrew Tate coming on and talking to you one-on-one and giving you whatever steps you want to follow. How do you start a hustler's university? I sound corny as hell saying that, but that's the truth. And they just don't take advantage of the opportunity. I promise that you right now watching this video are not going to leave a comment. You're not going to ask any questions in the comment. You're not going to say, hey, dude, I have a question. You're going to watch this video and you're going to go on to the next video without asking anything, which makes no sense. You know, I got the receipts. You can go back and watch a whole catalog of videos of me starting from the very beginning, my very first video until now. You can see the progress in all of the areas, whether it be in finances, whether it be in content creation, whatever it is, you can see the progress. You can see my first video where I'm stuttering and stumbling over my words and I can't even talk. And now you can watch this video and see the progress. You can see I started off with the Mazda Miata, and you can see I worked my way up to a McLaren 570S. You can see that I was a brokey with nothing, and now I have everything you want. I have your yearly salary on my wrist. And yet, still won't ask any questions. And every time somebody new comes in who wants to troll, they automatically assume that there's some sort of hack that I'm doing. Oh, that's daddy's money. Oh, this guy's a fake. This guy's a fraud. That's a fake watch. That's a rented car. But if you go back, I've documented the entire process. I documented buying the car from the dealership. I documented buying the watch from the dealership. I documented losing my job, getting my job. I've been nothing but transparent with you guys. So the problem isn't me. The problem is you. Do you really want to be successful, or are you just pretending that you want to be successful? Because pretending is easy. I put in the work. I put in the work. I gained the knowledge, and I'm here to share the knowledge with you for free. Don't push me to start selling a course. Don't push me to start selling mentorship. $5,000 to talk to me. I can be another Marquette. I can be another Tate. And I guess that's my call to action, right? If you're serious about growing as a person, then let me know in the comment what your vision is, what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. I'll give you some feedback. It just depends on how serious you are. The problem is that in real life, when I had the McLaren, I would go to car shows. So many times kids would come up to me. I say kids. I have to stop saying kids. Young adults, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds. And they would ask me a bunch of questions, and I would give them all of the answers that I know, right, from my experience. And I would wait, and I would watch them for weeks to see if they even tried to do any of the stuff that I mentioned. And 99% of the time, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. What's crazy is my younger brother, he's an idiot, he's a moron, but I've told him multiple times different things, and he's done the things. I told him to start doing Amazon FBA. He did it. He made money. He fucked it up. He stopped, but he did it and it worked. I told him to start an agency, a recruitment agency. He went and did it. Yesterday, he texted me. He made like $8,000 in 1 month. So I know that my ideas, my advice, my suggestions work because they've worked in my life. And the people who I've told who actually do the things I've told them, it worked in their life. But those were serious people. Are you serious? The first step in demonstrating that you're serious is subscribing to this channel. The second step is leaving a comment. I'm out. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I am tired of seeing people say they want to make it and that they're struggling and then not putting in any work or effort to get to where they want to be.